As a next topic, Rydberg transition we're going to study. This transition is the transition from the pi orbital electron to 3s orbital. For example, the 2p orbital to 3s orbital. And as you see, this number increased, the electron distribution become spatially large, right? So spatially broadly distributed electrons, right? So so what happens here is pi electron is in the double bond, and when this one is excited to the higher number of s orbitals, this double bond become electron deficient, right? So electron deficient. So what happens here is so since electron is somehow excited outside of the excited to outside, and it's like a radical species outside, and inside around this double bond, it's going to be so electron less, so it's cationic like species, and it's just it can be written like this too. So which are called Rydberg state. So in this, the double bond part, it's more like a radical cationic species, so which accepts a nucleophilic addition. So here is one of the example of the nucleophilic addition of methanol for this alkane, and then the methanol addition could induce the two types of species, like in this case, and then this, or and since the methanol, so methanol gives us these hydrogens cover up this to make the product species. So this is the reaction of the Rydberg excited state. So now next up is photocycloaddition. So as you see, if you have two alkene molecules, so since the double bond, the two double bonds opening the one of the bond to make a cyclic addition, so it is called 2+2 cycloaddition due to the 2 pi electron reaction. Right. And by light illumination, there are many types of the geometrical isomers. And for example, it's just a simple, some of the examples here are head-to-head reaction, meaning that A side react, and B side is B side reaction. It's in this case, A side, B side, and original molecule is in the case cis isomer, and a cis isomer, and this syn is a symmetrical the cycloaddition. So these cis and cis in the same direction. On the other hand, for example, you can have this kind of the symmetrical addition could be possible. So these could induce geometrical isomers. And also, it's possible to A side and B side reaction and B side A side reaction. So AB reaction is called a head to tail reaction. And also you could define the original molecular structure and also how they close the cycle. So in this case, cis, anti, and cis. And also you could react with trans isomer with anti-symmetric and cis with cis isomer under the head-to-tail reaction condition, like this. So there are so many geometrical isomers here. And this kind of cyclic isomer reaction is used for energy, regarded as one of the promising energy storage, because it's kind of like the light energy is stored in the chemical structure in a sense. For example, this is one of the example of noble gen, and I'm not familiar with the name of this, but what happened here is in a single molecule you have two double bond, and by illuminating light, it's a cyclic closing here to make this kind of structure. So this is a kind of energy storage as a chemical bond, like this. And for another example here, which is an electron transfer complex for double bonds. So if you have a double bonds, if you have a two double bond, right, and one type of molecules has more electron donating and the other is electron accepting. So in this case, the donor is like cyclohexane, and the acceptor is like malic acid. So these oxygen draw the electron in the double bond. So electron less and electron rich. That makes and donor acceptor complex like this. So electron accepting one side. So in a sense, this is usually charge transfer complex. It's not X complex, but the CT complex, charge transfer complex. And then they close the bond, and to make like this. So this is a case when the electron donating and accepting molecules are used. And also another topic for the dimerization, the alkene molecules closing the cyclic formation is one of the DNA photo damage. So as you know that DNA is damaged by UV light, and if it is exposed for a long time and So there should be some of the photochemical reactions in the DNA due to UV light. That's why we cover the UV protection. So here's one of the well-known reactions in the UVB region is the photocycloaddition. So in this reaction, cytosine and thymine are involved, and due to the the reactions overlapping these two CT and double bonds is closed each other to make NH next to NH. The double bond is closing to make the C and T make a complex materials, right, by closing the double bond. So of course, if this happens, DNA does not work as a DNA, and there are well-known recovery process too. So recovery by some protein molecules again actually cut this cyclic reaction to recover the original molecule and then make the normal normal role of the DNA. Okay. So with that, in this lecture, we mostly cover the alkene reaction